So next came the whole thing about my teaching certificate.
You said it was a 1-year revocation. Is that such a big deal?
Are you kidding? It was humiliating. I mean, this is after going through criminal court. And then I'm sitting there in front of the entire Professional Practices Commission and I'm thinking, how could I do this? How could I be so stupid? How could I put everybody through this and tank my career all for a lousy $327? The first time, I was sitting there counting out the money from that week's gift wrap sale. So many people paid in cash. And my mind was wandering over everything. I mean, I put music on, and I was trying to get my head in a better place. And still, all I could think about was, why did Ted walk out on me? What am I going to do now? It was right around when they diagnosed Mom. And I'm thinking, am I going to get Alzheimer's too? Everything started seeming so unfair. And on top of all of that, I had to stay after and handle the stupid gift wrap project, which they stuck me with for the 3rd year in a row. All this is in my head, and I'm looking at all this cash. I'm thinking, who's going to miss it? There's plenty for the fund. It's just this once. What difference will it make? Who's ever going to know? That's really what I told myself. And I kept telling myself that. Every time I slipped cash out of that pouch. It was just pocket money, you know? Just here and there. It just got easier and easier. And I guess it also got more and more obvious. They set up a security camera in the room.
Mrs. Morley, may I ask what you're doing there?
I was just counting the gift wrap money. It's okay. They put me in charge again this year. Just getting a current total. The kids were asking. It was terrible. The school security guard walked in right while I was doing it. And I'm bald-faced lying to him, saying I was just counting the money. I denied everything.
I can't believe they taped you. That's awful.
Oh, that was just the tip of the iceberg of awful. Then there was the whole court thing.
You pled guilty. That should be enough for them.
Liz, I stole from the school. Of course it had to go in front of the commission. How could it not?
They really ganged up on you.
They let me testify. They let me bring in character witnesses. They listened to everybody, including my therapist.
You're a good teacher, Annette. You're a good person.
That doesn't change what I did. And the point is, teaching was my life. I should have handled things better.
You were in a bad place. You're making amends now.
I think they took that into account. As much as they could.
You've heard from a number of witnesses about...
You should have heard the prosecutor type guy. He summed it all up really well.
But please remember, she was noted...
The commission members couldn't just take everybody's word that I'm a nice lady.
The commission must bear in mind the nature of this offense, as well as its duty to hold members of this profession to high ethical standards, to enforce discipline, to deter others from similar mistakes, to maintain the reputation of all teachers, and above all, to protect the public. Thank you.
You're not a danger to the public. We need good teachers like you.
I know that. And I knew that when I did what I did. And the commission members did what they had to do. They had to take action. I was out of line, not them. I should have done better, you know? I was at the store the other day, and I ran into Emmy Frazier and her mom. And Emmy says, "Oh, Mrs. Morley, hi." All excited and happy. And her mom's just studying the pork and beans. And Emmy grabs my hand, and she says, "Mrs. Morley, how come you can't be our teacher anymore?" And her mom finally looks at me, and she's looking at me like, well, what are you going to tell her? I don't know what to say. So her mom makes some excuse about the time and drags Emmy off to piano or whatever, and I'm just standing there and standing there, and I'm just sick.